Good day, hat enthusiasts. Welcome back to another episode of Journey Through Eorzea. As always, I am your host, Man with Hat, Tiberius Fox. We have done all the prerequisite social stuff, I believe, and now we are going to, go through the whole thing. Just wanted to state, I'll wait until I get. Let's just get this going, and we'll tackle that stupid little narrative thing I want to mention later.
Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might be detailed the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Roncan Empire, and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow get us into Ixmaya?
I can't remember how to pronounce it already.
Indeed we do.
For etched in this tablet is a method by which one might prove himself an ally of the Roncan Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruins' protectors to grant us safe passage.
The problem, however, is that I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Roncan text and translations in a more modern dialect, which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Cydia, quite close to Slitherbow, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of Dark Worshippers, the Children of Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I'm afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me.
I mean, that's right. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If we're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible.
All right, I'll stay here until you return.
We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe.
Then let us convene outside, to the west of Slitherbow, where the path diverges.
Yes, let us go. That is the most static-looking flame I've ever seen on a candle. Hang on. I mean, you look at that, does that look like a thing that's on fire to you, or does that just look like a thing? Anyway, what I was going to say was, like, I was a little salty after the last episode because of the recording thing. I don't know why it does that, but tangent. It is Sumeyer Godo, level 98 Reaper. Respect. But no, it's like I read all this stuff, and the microphone just goes, but I only want to be at 50% sensitivity, and I'm like, I double checked it beforehand, so I triple checked it today. And it's better than nothing, I guess. It's just like, I want this to be as good as it can be, which is the whole reason I bought this mic in the first place, but I'll tell you what, sometimes this thing gives me more trouble than it's worth, I'll tell you what. But with that out of the way, with that small gripe out of the way, let's go see what the plan is here. We get more Lahi, which is good.
The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to watch over the children. Perhaps he has not ought to share their recent activity, but we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming they do so so that they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them into the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen.
I mean, I'll scrap with them right now. I'm not even remotely worried about it. Let's see, where are we going? Good grief. Okay. All right. Let's mount our way up. Coral, it's one of my favorites. Yeah, I only vaguely remember. I remember most of the things I remember about this section of the game are like the interactions between Runer or whatever and they kind of have almost this romance between her. I don't know if it's meant to be a romance, but it kind of seems like he's really interested in Y'shtola, but then like, you know, obviously got to leave or whatever. But such is reminded of, right? Oh no, the Blessed Watchman. I'm not gonna dodge. I don't have to dodge. I'm a real man. Also, I wasn't looking. There we go. Hello, Blessed Watchman.
By the blessed dark.
Okay, timeout. I have all these cats in the house. You're here, Nudie? Like, go. Why are you up here? Go somewhere. Nudie is the one cat that doesn't like me in the house. Like, she won't hardly ever let me touch her, and she's just like, I'm gonna get up on the desk and go behind the television for no reason. It's very strange. Anyway,
By the blessed dark.
is that the same guy from earlier? I think it's the same guy from earlier.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
We would have arrived sooner, but we had two rather welcome visits from the children.
You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya, then. My apologies. The children have begun acting strangely of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange. What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients and poisons from flora and fauna. But then I took notice of the venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in such great numbers. As if they're preparing for something.
Any ideas as to what?
It could be anything, really. If it meant to the end of the blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nests where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Set them loose in the nests where we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment.
What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we could be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use?
We should have smoke bombs in the outpost just over there.
Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly for a visit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Yeah, okay. Sure. Alright. Good luck. You know, what else you got to say?
If it's all the same to you, I'll be returning to Slitherbow. I don't want to get in the way. Stay safe, and may the shadows keep you.
Alright. You got it, Mr. Guy from earlier. That does not even get dinged with even a name. Outpost supplies. And that bed ain't even got a mattress on it, it's just boards. Imagine how much back pain they would have from that. Crazy sauce. Alright, what we got? Mount Roulette. Whale. It's a whale of a time, you know what I mean? Alright, beehive. Hello, beehive. You're not gonna bamboozle me, beehive. Alright, apparently you're going to still try and somewhat bamboozle me. Alright. Oh wait, that's a good thing. Oh, I actually have to collect it. Large burlap sack, okay. I didn't realize the burlap sack. I'm gonna stick it in a bag. Rygo! Oh, what kind of shenaniganery you got going on now? Right there? Okay. Simple enough. Oh my word. It wasn't enough to have that, I have to do both. Alright. Into the sack with thee. What? Oh. Now they separated it. Man, they're bamboozling me with the inventory. You have burlap sack, and then you have the other burlap sack that is buzzing, apparently. I'm gonna buy this song. Already bought songs from solo leveling. I'm gonna buy some from this. I have a lot of songs from Final Fantasy XIV.
The guard returned to Slitherbow, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Thancred and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare?
Here's some bags full of bees. I am now Dr. Bees.
This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir.
Well, I hear the buzzing. I assume that meant they were already stirring, but what do I know?
The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the god, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spider's nests. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear.
Or we could just be absolute chads and not have problems. We don't use stealth. We fight our way in. At all costs. Oh, we don't want to kill him. Well, I don't want to kill him, but I mean, I'll give him a thwopping. A magic thwopping. I'll throw electricity and air at them. And then possibly some rocks or fire. I am effectively the Avatar the Last Airbender in that regard. What is with this wall? I cannot get up. You know, let's go this way. I'm like trying to find what we have the bankman. It's like it's not happening for me. I don't know what it is. That noise that the light makes when you can hear it all the time, it's like an obnoxious noise. I have to say, I'm not a fan of it. It makes like noise. It's got an ethereal quality to it, which, you know, that's cool, but also obnoxious. Alright. The vampire vine tree. That's right, give me more lahi. We gotta do this, we're gonna lahi ourselves to death. There we go. Y'shtola and Thancred. What's Thancred? I just wanna know what Thancred has to say. We should move quickly before any of the children arrive. There we go. Let's do the very thing you have said.
Up there is an airway. Do you see it? A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should only probably loosen the ropes enough to keep it closed. Enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors?
Oh, he said that, sorry.
May I do the honors?
Well, that should do it. Now wait. What is that? Bees by the abyss, they're everywhere. Help, someone help. We have to save the spiders. Or just Dr. Bees them. If you haven't watched Dr. Bees, just watch Dr. Bees. He's got like 4 videos for it.
Sounds like our plan is working. Still, it's quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts.
It should come to blows with the children. I'll see to it that any signs of the struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy you stolen more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard.
Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that.
Why do I get the feeling that you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows?
Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now, if both of you are ready...
I thought he was doing the hand punch thing too, but he's just crossing his arms because he's pouting. What else you gotta say? Go on. I'll be right behind you. I'll bet you will. Alright. Let us sprint to our objective. I thought I was going to end up... Am I going that way? Okay. I'm like looking for a doorway and I'm just like not seeing it. Dreamer of the Everlasting Dark. So the good news is I am way higher level, so they're going to just ignore me. Isn't this immersion? Doomsayer of the Everlasting Dark, all these dudes are like, we're going to defend our territory, and I'm like, I am too swole, as though I am invisible to them. with how swole I am. That is cool lighting there. I don't know what it... Just like the candle with the thing. They didn't have to go that hard on the lighting. That's great. I like that. Imagine you had to like fight your way in here, man. And I'm just like, nah. Oh, I gotta go this way. Okay. Because you'd have to fight all these people to get in here, wouldn't you? So just use your imagination. Imagine I'm fighting. And I'm just fighting all of these dudes and they don't have a chance. Because I am a red mage man extraordinaire. Alright. Dart of the everlasting dark. What's up, Y'shtola? Lord knows how you got in here.
The font of seeing suggests this chamber for prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in.
I mean, what do I know? Yeah, sure. Looks like the same as the funeral room we were in before. So, I mean, like, yeah, it could very well be. Oh, wait, isn't this like doesn't... I'm trying to think. I almost feel like, what's his face shows up. Does Emmett Selk show up? I feel I would be surprised if he did. I remember him telling us about paintings. I just don't know if it was in here or somewhere else.
Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they're old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. We're not like to come here a second time. It would behoove us to learn all that we can.
Indeed. Let us look at things from this destination. Examine the murals, take notes of what they depict. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the mural and examine it with right trigger or A. You got it, buckaroo. Alright. Yeah, let's just look at that. Alright, so the mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of the shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing their victory. Okay. And then... let's see, looks like a king. The mural appears to be very old. A ruler sits atop a throne attended by their subjects. Okay. And then, third time's charm. The mural appears to be fairly old. A knight shields himself again and their comrades from encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. Uh-huh. I don't think it's this one, but there is one where, I know that Emmett Selk shows up and, like, explains it. I mean, he could totally show up right now. It wouldn't be a big deal.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this.
You know, if I wasn't made of stronger stuff, that would have startled the bejesus out of me. Like, just like suddenly, like a apparition starts up and starts talking like it's nothing.
There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it, slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was, but he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends, a tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds.
That thing on his face makes his eyes look very bizarre. I'm sure this was supposed to be like little magnifying glasses, but it makes him look like he has like these weird bug owl eye type things.
But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder? Rather faded, isn't it? Compared to the others. Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses.
That's depressing. Someone draws a thing into perspective because of how much they appreciate you, and then everything goes wrong and they try to scrape it off.
Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
You think if anyone could see our group besides you, it would probably be Y'shtola, excluding Emet because he can do all sorts of crazy things, but I'm just saying, with her being able to see Ether, you'd think like maybe she could see him. But it seems that's not the case.
I believe I now have everything needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Tiberius, did the mirrors appear to be of any significance?
Yeah, some stuff in there.
Depictions of heroes, in the age of gods, the Rock Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps the knowledge may prove to be of use in the future.
Indeed.
Let us hurry to Slithervog. The others are waiting. After we return, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have you sample its cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know.
Alright. Let's go. How far away are we? Yeah, it's a ways. Heck, why not? I'll just take the stroll. Not that big of a deal. You can give it a sprint too. Kicks and giggles. It's a little ways, but it ain't that far. I really do like Greatwood. Is it the most like impressive zone ever? No, but I will admit the music is doing heavy lifting for me. But I like the giant trees and the way the light permeates through the canopy and that sort of thing. Wonder how far off we are from fighting the Light Warden. Usually, like, there's like a little stint, and then you like run through and do a bunch of stuff, and then once you finish doing all this stuff, you're like, all right, cool. And then you end up fighting the Light Warden. We'll end up fighting here before too long, I'm sure. Slitherbone. Oh, we got more people here now. Let's see, we got Mina Jehuna, level 80 Bard, Cat Girl. All right, cool. Like Tiger Cat Girl. All right, and then let's see, Oatmeal Jamboree, Fey Touch, level 79 Black Mage, console player. Lol, I'm typing me as fast as I can. That, facts, absolute facts.
Tiberius, the guard told me you left with Master Matoya to wove an oath, and no sooner you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. But she is safe, and that is all that matters. You must be hungry after such a journey. Why not have a seat there by the fire? The stool will be ready soon.
Alright, sure. Let's have a snack then. I like that people offer me food. What, no one else wants to sit by the fire? It's just me? I can't wait till I make it dark around here again. It's gonna be great. I always wonder if the plants would have a hard time never having
Strange.
nighttime.
The
The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer.
I can go look for them. I ain't that big of a deal.
We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
Why don't you do it? You're the cook, man. But sure, I'll go tell Master Matoya everything.
I tire of these games, Eorzea. Why do you pretend you cannot see it?
Oh, yep. I remember this was a big plot point. I remember being like, oh, really? I've been waiting for this, actually.
The blessing may spare him the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. He is not as he was in the Source. Though I have no proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that he has been suffused with their light.
I like this because it paints a picture that you're not invincible in all this. You are paying a price for
Though
doing
I have
this.
given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
The thing is, the first one, you discharged it into the sky, and it wasn't that big of a deal. The second one, when you're in the castle, though, you
By
can't.
the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already.
Aw, look at her face. She's worried about me.
Eorzea, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions. But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy. I have had my suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask. The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed. Everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
Oh, calling into question what he said. Oof. That would hurt his feelings, I think.
Help! Someone help!
Oh, well, just when we're
The
learning some
Eulmorans
interesting
have
stuff.
come for us! We're under attack!
Man, it's always the Eulmorans with these people. Ranjit, no doubt. What I was gonna say is, like, you know what sucks? Eorzea gets treated very poorly. Meanwhile, in Eulmor. No, I'm just saying, remember when we were doing the whole thing with Eorzea and Eulmorans, and she was really mean to him for withholding certain information? And then they learned more? It was just no matter what. It was like always, she was always cruel to him. It's like, just like, give Eorzea a break, man. Uh-oh. It's the Jester Bells, and that's right, I forgot he went out for like a conference with him, even though he knew it was likely a trap.
Lord Forthry, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say, how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
Dude's laying it on thick.
disingenuous.
I mean, he's seen through it, but like, come on.
Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling warriors of darkness. They have slain sin-eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy.
Indeed.
And now I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers. So I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one. Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
Yeah, because if I recall, the whole thing was that Eulmor originally was fighting against the seniors, but then when Vothri took over from his father, that's when everything changed.
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream. An exercise in futility. Even should you slay the Sin Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation.
How would you know that? You're just like a fat dude that hangs out with like demons or whatever. Like, how would you know that it's beyond, like, just based on like, oh, I looked outside and it sucked? Like, is that all you got?
With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion.
I mean, a pseudo smooth talker of a sort, but like, his evidence is like non-existent.
They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king. Nay, a god.
Oh, that's not a red flag of red flags. All right, sure.
I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss.
They really did a number with that model, man. That man.
Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need. Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them. That is why the Sin Eaters exist. To unite the world under my dominion.
Uh-huh. Okay.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
What was that?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power. But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome. And we will, once we eliminate the Sin Eaters.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now, and the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making, or even 100?
You know, you plant the trees that you will never be able to sit in the shade of.
They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know, that their children may never know. I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears.
So there's some real like societal critique in this. It's like, do you live for yourself and only do like go on vacations and have a good time all the time? Or do you do what really made like society great in the first place, which is you're always working towards making life better for the generation that comes after you, and you're, you know, that proverbial thing where, like I said, you're planting trees with which the shade you will never sit in. You know what I mean? And so that's the argument he's making for it. And I think it's a good one. And I mean, Vothri, I mean, he's obviously a caricature, but like, you know, it's a caricature of an excess, but like, it's like a political cartoon, right? Like you accentuate the things about someone to paint a more clear picture. And him being like obese and, you know, a bit of a like rampaging child of sorts. Kind of interesting, right? I think it's kind of cool.
These are the bonds which hold man and his world together, not your gilded chains. And I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin Eaters?
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
Oh, why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable! Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin Eater's defense. Insurrection will not be tolerated!
I think you're gonna find it's not gonna work out for you, Will.
The people of this world are mine to rule, mine to command. And you are no exception!
Oh,
What? How did he?
an illusion?
Insolent swine! I will not stand for this! Do you hear me?
I can't wait to fight that guy. That's gonna be great. Well, if it isn't Ranjit, don't any fairies around to help me this time, unfortunately. But you know what? I do have Y'shtola, and she's pretty, you know, like cracked out as far as like power goes. Oh no, that guy. Not that guy. By that I mean the guy in the ground.
For the Knights Blessed?
I do. I presume that is your doing. If you've come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands.
They brought more mages this time, though. Look at that. It used to be just the soldiers, but now they have the soldiers and the mages. They're like, we're not running into that problem. We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe again.
By Lord Vorthry's decree, Raktika now falls under the governance of Eulmor. You will henceforth answer to us.
Is that so?
They really made Ranjit striking with the white eyes and the scars and everything.
And the children of the Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness.
Oh, I didn't even realize that that's what they were. I wasn't paying attention to them earlier. Okay.
We have reached an accord, yes. Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Eulmor's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the Everlasting Dark.
Well, I'm sure that'll fly.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith. You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed.
I love it. He comes in and dude's like, yeah, we're gonna extend like dominion over this. We gotta do something about this. Guy's just like, yeah, we just gonna like cleanse everything. I wonder what that means.
Little wonder the warrior of darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Raktika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed shadow at bay.
I am loving the moment when I'm gonna humble this guy when I kill the Light Warden.
You have accepted the yoke of Eulmor to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for woven oath with all haste. We will leave you, that you may have time to prepare.
Woven oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our faith to join those zealots?
What has your faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
And should we refuse?
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Eulmor, and dealt with as such.
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
Let's team up. We'll Marvel team up. We'll take him. He's not that bad. I'm telling you. Got a little bit of plot armor. We can take him. He got lucky last time. He's lucky I'm not playing ninja or bard. That was what that had to be it. Alright. The guard hath been afflicted with a most terrible and efficacious poison. We have attempted all manner of healing incantations. Alas, his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poison's advance. I pray will afford us sufficient time to find a cure. Alright. How fareth the young guard?
The poison spreads throughout his system long before he was brought here. At present, there is naught we can do but try to ease his pain.
Do not blame yourselves, my friends. All that can be done has been done. Even had we reached him sooner, it would have made little difference. The children employ countless poisons. Finding a suitable antidote is nigh an impossible task. What of the rest of the blessed? How have they taken the news of Eulmor's generous proposition? With anger and dismay, we cannot help to oppose both them and the children. I considered a convocation of the Knights Blessed, and we might consider their ultimatum, but I know how they will answer. Master Matoya, I am truly sorry. We will not, cannot, abandon our faith. But there is none for you to suffer our decision. Your work is not yet done, and you still have time to flee.
Flee. I am not wont to run from my troubles. In fact, with Tiberius's arrival, I am minded to take the offensive. The Eulmorans' presence here plainly stems from a desire to protect the Light Warden. I say we seek it out and slay the creature before they return. Were darkness to fall over Raktika, they would have no cause to remain.
All of which is rather easier said than done, unless, of course, you have finally deciphered that tablet.
I have, as a matter of fact, and with it we may prepare everything we need to enter Ixmaya. Well, as you say, we all need to act quickly, but I believe it can be done.
We cannot deny our fate, but one course lieth before us. We slay the Light Warden for the Knights Blessed. We are villains, are we not? Dude, I gotta say it. Some of these lines are too good to ignore. No dialogue for that at all.
Good. I leave the Blessed in your capable hands, Runar.
Very well. I see there is no changing your mind. By all that is dark, I swear to keep the Blessed safe.
According to the tablet, we will first need to obtain a seal used to identify the allies of Ronka in times past. One such seal should be waiting for us in a complex of underwater ruins not far from here. You have some experience with subaquatic excursions, do you not?
Yeah, since I can breathe underwater forever.
Then this should be a simple task for you. The ruins we seek are at the bottom of Lake Tusi Mekta.
While you see to that, Michelia and I will remain here to shore up Slidabao's defenses. Your aid would be most greatly appreciated. Let us go on an aquatic excursion. These people and their aquatic excursions, man. Well, last time I hung out near water, they tried to drown me, but I was immune. I got better. Alright, so let's see. Map. Alright, let's get them out going. Yay. I think this is going to be a dungeon. I cannot confirm nor deny. But I imagine we have a little bit before we actually get there. We might get to it this episode. I'm not sure. Depends on how much, well, one, it depends on, like, how, I might have to, if it does come up, I might have to wait till tomorrow unless it pops almost instantaneously. I have a kitty who has to go in for a procedure tomorrow.
and thus I must be up early. There you are, ready for a swim. The seal we seek should be stored in a chamber somewhere inside the ruins beneath the lake. However, the entrance is seemingly protected by a subtle locking mechanism rooted in the symbolism of Ronkan culture. The Ronkans sought to live in harmony with nature, and considered certain animals to be sacred. Furthermore, or foremost in their pantheon was the snake, portrayed as their protector of the wood, an arbiter of life and death. Below it were 4 others, each equal in rank: the coral, the colibri, and the opo-opo, and the wolf, characterized by bringers of liberty, words, enlightenment, harmony, respectively. To open the chamber confessed seal, the tablet states that one must pay due deference to 3 of these beasts by placing one's palm on the monuments wrought in their image, and that this must be done in a specific sequence. If my interpretations are correct, the order can be discerned from the 3 commandments which follow. Give praise unto the snake, by his strength do our lands prosper. By the opo-opo, rival thy kin. All parts seek betterment, so does the whole. By the wolf, move as one. Peace comes to all those who seek harmony with their kin. The tablets are not of the placement, size, appearance of the monuments, alas. Hopefully all will become clear when you reach the bottom of the lake. Go safely.
Yeah. So I totally forget what, so a snake, what, opo, and then wolf, if I understood that correctly? If I was half paying attention for a second there? Alright. You guys ready to go for a swim? I know I am. Hiya! How far down are we going? Oh, this isn't that bad. Compared to the Ruby Sea, dude, this is nothing. Telling me to go underneath. Oh, maybe I have to go... Oops, almost did a countdown. Well, there's a thing over there, but I don't know, is that what I'm looking for? Nah, this has got to be what I'm looking for. Tunnel. We're going in the tunnel. Okay, serpent statue. By a statue of a snake. Yes. Dude, I've got to get that Ozma out at some point. You said something, sir, elsewhere in the lake. Alright. I did see that other path over here, so I'm gonna guess that's where we get to go. Problem to get the Ozma out, you gotta like do that really hard dungeon, and then like you can get kicked out of it, and it's a whole thing. Not the coral statue. And then like you gotta finish the what's that thing called? Eureka. And I've got a ways into it, but like I'm still like miles from finishing. Of that I'm quite sure. Send some of those somewhere else in the lake. Here, let's underwater mount our way to success. Were it closer, I would absolutely do it, but alas, it is not closer. Oh, must be in there. Alright, let's go this way first, I guess. Let's see, that's a colibri statue. So there's no door over there, so that's not it. What about this way? Alright, well, we got wolf statue, that's gotta be it. Out of that, my brain's fallen out completely and I've got nothing left. I will. It says on the lake, perhaps the chamber containing the seal is open. Alright. Who am I to say otherwise? Oh, wait a minute. Wait here. Hang on. Hang on. Imagine having a vista underwater. I would never have seen that. Surely as I ride an underwater T-Rex. Alright, so where am I going now? Am I going back to where I was originally? One could assume. Uh-huh. Alright, must have been why the Ozma mount riding champion there came in here. Alright. So far so good. A door opens to the reveal a pedestal upon which there rests a medallion. Take it and secure it alongside your clothing. Alright. Alright. That was easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. Let's do it. Do the rotation game. We have finished our fantastical swim. Alright, where do I have to go? I have to go that way. What's up, you stole it?
Did you find it?
I did.
This medallion bears an owl insignia of the Empire. There can be no doubt this is the seal of Vanka. Well done, Tiberius. We will begin our preparations under Exmaya in the earnest.
Oh, that's what we're already doing.
Bearing the seal, it should be possible to enter Exmaya unmolested by its guardians. I will go ahead to Slitherbow and inform the others. When you have recovered from your exertions, meet us in the cavern leading east out of the village.
I don't want to go back and rest. You guys always want me to rest. No resting. You know, like, what's that show? Dora the Explorer? They're like, swiper, no swiping. No resting. No resting, Scions. No resting. I don't mind, like, for the sake of, like, going to the camp and talking or whatever, but, like, they always want me to go rest. You guys are silly with your resting. Grass man. It's a giant monkey. That's an angry looking monkey, dude. Look at that monkey. Alright, I don't know if there's a way in this way. I don't think there is. Which is why we're gonna cheat. Oh no, Heidelin has given us the ability to fly suddenly. I can't possibly believe this has happened. It's amazing. It's insane that it would let us just go all the way back over. This is just like the House of the Fierce. You get to fly in from the top. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Thank you so much. Heidelin is the best. Stormtiger. Bastion Renaud. Level 80 Dancer. I thought he'd be a Dragoon, honestly. But what do I know? And Fey Pendragon. Man, if I had $1 for every person I saw named Pendragon. Pause at you, can you hit me? The puppiest princess? Oh man, that sounds like trouble. Alright, where am I going to talk to people? Go this way? Alright. Ah!
Good, you're here. Runar opened the gate for us but moments ago. Beyond lies Xmaya, presumably the Light Warden. It did not take long for the Woods Protectors to find me when I last came here, and I expect they'd all fall upon us as quickly this time. Though we carry the seal, there is no reason for us to let our guard down. Now, let us seek out the Warden and put an end to this reign over these woods.
Do we go meet the bunny people? Or can we just like go and get in the dungeon and just like be happy we went in the dungeon? Because it definitely seems like the place that the bunny people are. The Vieira, if you want me to be very specific. That's cool, like a bright fluorescent moss kind of thing going on. It's almost like instead of having a path that you would walk, it's just like this moss. That's a cool touch, I like that. The Blind Forest of Ixmaya. Alright. Hey, look at that. Yeah, no, this is definitely where the VR are. I'm like 99% certain. They're like, oh yeah, we just gotta go over there, except we don't. We have to go and deal with the Vieira first. Just arrows start flying in. Catch him in the air. Hey, what do you know? Arrows flying in. One thing is they stopped right in front of us instead of hitting us.
It would seem we have found them.
Indeed. I don't know if we found them. Oh yeah, the three sisters that are all kind of a little different.
You trespass upon sacred ground! Be gone!
No. I'm a Bard main. Get out of here with that. She needs something better than being a fast bunny girl with a spear.
Wait! We did not come to!
I don't think she cares, Stola. And you're gonna make Stola grumpy. Stola doesn't do well with being persecuted in some way. She's a very grumpy type.
Oh.
Dude, Seto Kaiba Gambit.
Stop! We mean you no harm!
Oh. Got the medallion. Bust that medallion out.
Sister, is that...
We are allies of the Empire of Ronka. As is customary, we come bearing the seal of the Emperor.
Bam. This girl has ADHD for sure.
It appears to be genuine. Then perhaps there's yet hope.
Perhaps. We acknowledge your seal, but we must be certain of its authenticity. Follow the azure flowers to our village. There we will judge if you are friend or foe.
Sorry, I only follow Azure Dragoons, not Azure Flowers.
Try not to stray
he's
from
not
the
here.
path. All right?
I want my dad. I want my mom, for that matter.
Follow the flowers. Would it kill them to escort us?
Are you worried about walking a path?
But if it affords us an opportunity to investigate Ixmaya, fine.
As much as I wanted, that's like a bomb guy, but he's like a plant. That's neato. As much as I want to get to the dungeon, not remembering this, I don't think that's gonna happen this episode. Unless I talk to someone for 2 seconds and then it's like, oh yeah, I got it. I'm pretty sure we got to do a bunch of social stuff to help out and gain the trust of the Viera so that they can let us in to do the dungeon. Because we got to do stuff, but like, what would it be if we could just do stuff instead of having to talk about doing stuff and then earn the right to do stuff before we can actually do stuff? You know what I mean? So, with that, I'm not following that path. I'm walking right up here. That's right, people that are definitely not my dad. I'm not trying to do that accent either. It's not happening.
I would have the seal, and then we may confirm its authenticity. Straight to the point, I see. Very well. There's no mistaking the crest of the royal family. It is the proper size, and by weight is plain that it is made from gold. The seal is indeed genuine. For 3,000 years we have waited for this moment, and now you are finally here. I bid you welcome, allies of Ronka. I am Almet, chieftainess of Fanau. We met your younger sister. Simon, a pleasure. We were beginning to lose hope that you would come. I beg your pardon. These are troubled times for my people. Though I can but imagine what has compelled you to venture into our woods, you must be tired after your journey. Come, take your ease. If you would like to show you about the rest of the village, though I must warn you, it is a long way down to the forest floor, so do watch your step.
Fantastic. Don't trust bunny girls, man. I trust furries and bunny girls, of which they're pretty much the same thing.
This way, what was your name? Tiberius, and this is a common name nowadays? How times change. But I digress, come, and be sure to watch your step.
Okay, person who has a staff that looks like it has a frying pan on the end. Straight up, it looks like it has a frying pan on the end. I mean, no shade, but I mean, it kind of just looks like it has a frying pan on the end. It's Excuse me, fears, peoples.
As bearers of the seal, you have the right to know that what became of the Empire and my people's purpose here. We are descendants of the palace guard which served under the last emperor, and to this day we carry on the duty of our forebears, the final decree of his eminence before Ronka's fall. By the wisdom of our people was Ronka made to thrive. Such knowledge must never be forgotten, nor may it be suffered to fall into the hands of the wicked. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Is that a reference to Lord of the Rings? Am I crazy? Keep it secret, keep it safe? Nice. And look to the coming of our allies. Unto them you shall bequeath our all, and thus will Ronka live on. By his command we remained in Ratika Greatwood, guardians of Ronka's ruins and the wisdom held within.
I hope thou wilt not think the question impertinent, but did thy people's famed longevity perchance play a part in the Emperor's decision to entrust this mission unto thee and thine?
That is one reason, yes. We V's would easily live to see 3 or of your elven lifetimes. We are also the fiercest fighters. There is none more fit to us than to stand watch over the remains of Ronka. But our duty has grown ever more perilous in the wake of the flood. Settlements such as this one were plentiful before the light claimed dominion over the land, but now Fano is all that remains. Our numbers dwindle by the year. Before long there will be no one left to honor the Emperor's wishes. And you believe we are allies of whom you have waited. You have the seal, do you not? After 3 millennia of waiting, there alone is nothing short of a miracle. Truth be told, I'd begun to think you would never come. Sister. We are glad of your presence here in the Great Wood. The wisdom of Ronka is yours should you wish it. You need only ask.
Yes, let me explain. I'm such a good orator.
You come in search of the Light Warden. My apologies, but I do not know where it makes its lair. Uimet, do you recall any sightings of this creature? Not in these parts 30 summers. 30? But that would mean, how old are you exactly?
Oh, some serious heels, like claw bits in them.
Young enough to remember. With age comes knowledge. There may be yet one among us who has seen or heard of the abomination you seek. We have to leave to speak to other V's then. But of course. Then we should split up and inquire individually. If someone knows something, I would hear it while there is yet time to act.
Alright, well, we got multiple orange spots. Think we will figure out what we can, see if we get some intel, and then that'll probably be it for today. But that's beside the point. Let's see what V's we can talk to. I noticed this one I was walking in, she leaned up a pole, she got the anime lean up against pole thing.
It was not my intention to pry, but voices carry far. I know what it is you would ask of me. Unfortunately, the answer is no. I have not seen the Light Warden. I patrol the ruins perimeter regularly, and if it were hiding nearby, I would know about it.
Well, I mean, that's disheartening to a degree. You don't get much better credentials than that. Can I do this? Oh, I wanted to jump down there so bad. Why'd they do that? Make me have to, like, go around. And again, it seems like it's a long way down, you know what I mean? Let's see. Let's try this one next. Kind of away, the other two are in the other direction. We'll talk to Loimet.
You search for the Light Warden. I cannot say I have ever laid my eyes on it. Our duty is to protect the ruins, nothing more. We have no need to strike out in search of such a foe.
Well, yeah, of course. Man. Women, you know what I mean? Can't live with them, can't deal with bunnies. I don't know. Are these like conked out in the middle of town? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure she's asleep, but she looked dead. She straight up looked dead. I'm gonna add that to my thing. Man with hat. She straight up looked dead.
Alright. An outsider? But how? By the gods, allies of the Empire? My sincerest apologies for failing to note your arrival. It was the warden you wished to know about, yes? My mother, may she rest in peace, told me once of its appearance in these great woods. Before settling here in Fanau, she lived in a village near Raktika Falls, until it was destroyed by sin eaters. While out on patrol one day, she spotted a swarm of abominations, one of which was different from the rest. It was larger, for one thing, but struck her in the way of its fellows seemed to revere it. She was convinced that she was seen was the Light Warden.
Change the Corellas taught you something about the Light Warden's possible whereabouts. Alright, well, just got that one. I was gonna get the next one. Go up, I guess? Alright, we go up. Past the dead girl. Living dead girl. Rob Zombie suddenly starts playing. Is it Rob Zombie? It's Rob Zombie. I do not come here very often at all.
The Light Warden? No, I have not seen it, but I have witnessed the horrors of lesser eaters, how they are wont to hunt in packs and carry off their victims rather than consuming them on the spot. I suspect the Warden is a grotesque, corpulent thing, waiting patiently for its minions to bring its next meal.
Well, we got the one, so that's not too bad. That's not that big of a deal, you know what I mean? Excuse me, dead girl, don't mind me. You know, respect for the dead and all that. They sleep in boats? I think it's a hammock, but they just kind of look like boats. Icon Ankh. Level 76 dancer. I fantasy on her final until she loud incorrect buzzer. Okay. It's a joke I don't get.
I pray the others will be able to provide you what I could not.
Yeah, I got some notes. Near the Great Falls or something?
Near Raktika Falls? Why was I not told of this? I think I see now why it has never been spotted on our patrols. I have never heard of this Raktika Falls. I can but assume it lies deep within the woods of Eorzea. Just so. But the tunnel which leads there collapsed after a rather bloody battle with the Eaters, and has not been passable for many years. We made several attempts to clear away the rubble, yet each time we were driven back. In the end, we were forced to give it up as lost, and thereby making it a suitable place for the Warden to take sanctuary. There is perhaps one way to enter, though it would be a great peril to you and your companions. At Kitana Ravel.
Yeah, at Kitana Ravel, the temple to the northeast, that's the dungeon.
It has been sealed for centuries, but within there is a path that leads to the falls. Can it be opened? For the allies of Ronka, it can. First we must go to the Kamula Stropolis. Once the flow of magic is restored there, the path through the Kitana Ravel can be opened. This may sound a simple task, but there are certain obstacles which prevent us from attending to it ourselves, and we know not how to overcome them. The Emperor never gained our forebears' leave to look upon the secrets we are charged with protecting. That we might not be tempted, the means to do so were withheld from us. We can but show you the way, the rest will be up to you. It would seem we have our work cut out for us. Then, shall we?
You have to ask. We've no time to waste. We've no time to waste.
Let us be about it then. If that is your wish, it is my duty to escort you. While we attend to matters in the Kamula Stropolis, I would ask that your sisters accompany Eorzea and Thancred and share with them all they can of these woods. While we have every intention of investigating Raktika Falls, it is yet possible the Light Warden dwells elsewhere. With that in mind, it would behoove us to prepare an alternative course of action. Umet, Simet, I leave them to you. Yes, sister.
Should our present course prove false, doubt not that Thancred and I shall find any and all possible paths forward. Thank you, Eorzea. Alright, so it sounds like next episode we're going to be looking for figure out the puzzles so we can open up the dungeon, so that'll be funsies. So, anyway, thank you for joining me, and as always, till next time.